Today, I want to just do a little bit of introduction to this very, very important course that you have decided to take, which is children's rights. Now, every day, every single day, children come into contact with the police, as well as perhaps with other law enforcement agencies, either when they are in need of care and protection or in conflict with the law. These contacts occurs at times when a vulnerable child is most in need of support and guidance. It is essential that you, as officers of the Nigerian police, should undergo a training such as the one you have decided to enroll in, which will enable you to ensure that whenever you encounter a child, that your reaction to this child is a positive one. And that these contacts will really reflect that you respect the rights of this child, and it will be in a form that you recognize the importance of giving human dignity. In this training you are going to undergo, which will have 5 modules, there are critical things that we believe that you will be able to be assisted with. 1, knowing that children in need of care and protection, that whenever you see any such a child, that you actually provide that needed protection, that needed support, and that you are able to empower them in such a way that they are able to make the best, take the best opportunity in the face of difficult circumstances. Number 2, children in conflict with the law need to be treated fairly. They need to be given opportunity and guidance in such a way that they're able to take responsibility for any mistake that have been made, but in a way that they are being given second chance. Second chance which will enable them to avoid making such mistakes in future. Second chance in a way that will enable them develop positively. I also want to mention to you that there is a third reason. The positive impact of police training on children's rights should actually enable you to, as police officers, to understand that both the society, the children, or the particular child you are interfacing with need to benefit from a culture of human rights, a culture that shows compassion even in the discharge of justice, a culture that recognizes that children are vulnerable and that the children need to be protected. The overall objective of this course, as you would see, is to make you to be grounded in the knowledge of the rights that you are likely to be confronted with, that you need to protect when you're dealing with children, but also to make you to be child-friendly in terms of your policing practices. It will enable you to enhance your role as police officers in terms of protecting children as well as improving access to justice for children. So you see, it's important. But I also want to say that more specifically, this training will provide for you the knowledge and skills that will enable you deal with children in a very professional manner, according to international and national human rights standards. In a more practical way, this particular course will provide you as an officer and also enhance, in case you have already acquired someone, enhance the competencies that you require, which will enable you to reassure a child victim in terms of a criminal act, which will enable you to respect a child that is in conflict with the law, which will enable you know the right language to use, to adapt, depending on the child's age, the gender, and whether the child is also faced with certain levels of disabilities. It is important that we understand the need to pay peculiar attention to these issues. Peculiar attention, because we are seeing what is happening in these days. We are seeing how children are being confronted with different aspects. So whether it be in terms of medical care, medical emergencies, forensic testing, or any other aspect, that it is really important that we understand how to interface with children when faced with such emergencies, or also when those children are faced with conflict, in conflict with the law. Now, during this course, what you will notice is that the first module, and I will encourage all of you to take time and go through all the modules. The first module deals with the rationale for the introduction of a child rights-based approach to the Nigerian police force. In the module 2, you'll be looking at the description as well as the explanation of the basic child rights principles. Module 3 will take us to gaps in laws and indeed also gaps in the policies and practices in relation to the observance of children's rights in Nigeria. While Module 4 will take us to competencies necessary for the implementation of child rights-based approach within the Nigerian police force. This particular module is actually structured to include things like key practical competencies that you require as a police officer to perform your duty in a manner that preserves the child's best interests and in line with international and national laws. Now, I'm going to encourage you to listen very carefully and very attentively to your lecturer. And as he goes through all this, the lecturer goes through all these modules, find time to look at the exercises and to take them. Find time to look through your manual, the Nigerian Police Human Rights Training Manual, to also be able to increase your knowledge in the different modules and the content of the different modules. So thank you very much. I'm expecting that you'll do very well in this particular course. And I'm also expecting that after this training, you will really discharge your duty in relation to dealing with children in the with the best standards that will deserve. Best standard that will make your country proud. Best standard that make the Nigerian police force proud. Thank you very much.